Hello, everybody, and welcome into Troy High School for tonight's regional final matchup. It's the Elite Eight here across the state of Michigan. Number 3, Troy Athens versus Utica Ford, live on the NFHS Network and audio only on YouTube. My name's Jonathan Turner, alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Garrett Pogg. We are excited to have you. The Final Four on the line tonight. These two teams started back on August the 18th. With a chance to play for a state title, and tonight they have to go through each other for a chance to do that. And hey, we talked about it in the opener, Garrett. Troy Athens has been unbeaten in their last 14 games, and Utica Ford, they might have started off slow, but they are coming in hot.
Absolutely. We talked to Todd Hugh before the game started, and one of the things that he mentioned is they've been to regional finals. This is a very historically great program. They've been to regional finals before. They've been to district finals before. This stage of the game does not faze them at all. And Utica Ford, you said it, they started 1-4, but you know, they're getting their players back. They have not lost a game since September 25th at Romeo. This is the most wins that head coach Christopher Alston has in a season. So if any season is the season to go to the finals, this is it. Very important game for both of these teams.
That's right, as we are just 3 minutes away from getting this show underway here from Troy High School. A beautiful night for soccer. Expected to be 70 degrees, cloudy. It is perfect, I would say, maybe a little more seasonal fall weather as it's a little warmer out, but nonetheless, it is expected to be a beautiful night here for soccer. A chance to play in the Final Four next Wednesday night at Troy Athens High School. Utica Ford, who have been to a Final Four one other time in their history, they finished 13-7-1, or they're 13-7-1, 5-4-1 in the MAC White. They finished in 4th. Troy Athens, coached by Todd Hugh, they are 17-3-2, and they finished 3rd in the OAA Red this season. They coming in, Troy Athens, 66 goals for, 13 against. They have gone 56 goals and allowed 9 during that 14-game unbeaten streak. And on the flip side, in Utica Ford, they scored 50 goals, allowed 22 for a plus 28 and goal differential. So these two teams have the firepower. They have the ability to go and score goals here tonight, and hopefully we'll see an exciting one here on the NFHS Network as well here on our audio only on YouTube. But again, 72 degrees here. The wind might be an issue tonight with those long throw-ins. This is 18-mile-an-hour wind gusts coming out of the west. So wind could be a factor here tonight. How these teams got here, Garrett, let's talk about that. Troy Athens, they went down 1-0 in the 22nd minute on Tuesday. Jackson Kraft scoring a flick over the hands of Adam Etheridge in the back post. They were up 1-0 until 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go in that game when a penalty shot was called. Adriana Shoya stepped up. It was saved by Reed Dennis. And then the referees came together, decided that Reed came off his line early. They reset, did it again. Shoya buried it, 1-1. And then with 3:39 to go in that game, ball comes in from Shoya into the box. And Mr. Brody Feinstock, who's not a forward, by the way, is a defender, found a way to muscle through 2 defenders for the Highlanders and put one home, giving Troy Athens a 2-1 lead and a chance to play in this match here tonight. Utica Ford and Warren Cuzno saw each other in that second matchup. Warren Cuzno, they felt that they went down early. 2 goals were allowed in that one. We saw a goal from Drew Graves on a breakaway, getting it past the goalkeeper for Warren Cuzno. And then we saw Mazen Gabala score a goal in that game to make it 2-0 going into the halftime break. A red card issued to Mazen Gabala in the 48th minute. Gave Cuzno a one-man advantage, right, going into that second half. And then a third goal from Utica Ford by Nathan Berry, giving them a 3-0 lead, and then they scored 2 goals, did Warren Cuzno, to make that game exciting. It did finish 3-2 in favor of Ford, and they earned their right to be here in this match, taking on Troy Athens here tonight for a chance to play in the Final Four.
Absolutely. Utica Ford has played really tough opponents, especially in their district, but the most impressive thing is how they were able to kind of even though they were down a man and the tide of the game changed completely coming out of the second half with going down a player, they were still able to hold on for that victory. And going on the Troy Athens side, I love the duality of the way that they've won games. They've come from behind and won against teams like Troy and Rochester Adams this past Tuesday, but they've also smashed teams. They completely obliterated Berkeley in that first half. So they've shown the duality of how soccer games can go.
That they have. We're going to step aside here for the national anthem and announcements. We'll be back here after this.
Thank you. And now let's meet the lineups for today's game, starting with the visiting Falcons of Henry Ford II High School. Number 1, Armand Turganovich. Number 2, Logan Hawks. Number 3, Armand Zirich. Number 4, Spencer Kraus. Number 5, John Michael Pollock. Number 6, Nicholas Stenai. Number 7, Dylan Corkus. Number 8, Jacob McGill. Number 9, Jacob Romas. Number 10, Mason Kabbalah. Number 11, Drew Graves. Number 12, Alareth Obida. Number 13, Ben McNally. Number 14, Nicholas Aviles. Number 16, Jacob Cadret. Number 17, Julian Jarbu. Number 18, Ansu Fofana. Number 19, Tarek Skokic. Number 20, Solomon Gambone. Number 21, Jordan Childers. Number 22, Jace Milne. Number 23, Radoslav Spenizovsky. Number 24, Nathan Berry. Number 25, John Paul Hanna. And number 30, Lucas Koda. The Falcons are coached by Chris Alston, and he's assisted by Brandon Troppins. And now let's meet the home team for tonight, the Redhawks of Troy Athens High School. Number 0, Roshan Khan. Number 1, Adam Etheridge. Number 2, Mark Delicat. Number 3, Luke DiGiovanni. Number 4, Jason Puna. Number 5, Gavin Faro. Number 6, Dario Kaju. Number 7, Adriano Sharia. Number 8, Luke Izzo. Number 9, Miguel Ramirez Venegas. Number 10, Nick Lugerai. Number 11, Rodrigo Garcia. Number 13, Kevin Ridolari. Number 14, Brody Bonstock. Number 15, Nick Rossi. Number 16, J.D. Huffman. Number 17, Griffin LeBay. Number 18, Farish Al Maruki. Number 19, Ethan Rem. Number 20, Alex Marine. Number 21, Charlie Ziak. Number 22, Manny Agbedo. Number 23, Daniel Kaju. Number 24, Vansh Baxi. Number 25, Joey Mendrick. And number 26, Brady Ross Kelly. The Redhawks are coached by Todd Hugh. He's assisted by Frank Mancini and Jason Fawcett.
All right.
And there are the announcements here from both teams here as we get ready here, moments away from the start of this regional final. Your center referee there, Jason Cross, in the middle here tonight. We take a look here at the starting 11s. We'll start with Utica Ford. In goal, Armin Turkanovich, Spencer Kraus, Nicholas Stenai. Dylan Cork is making his way back after a red card back in the district final. Drew Graves, Althra Obeda, Ansu Fofana, Solomon Gambone, Jace Milne, Nathan Berry, and John Paul Hanna will all make it. Mazen Gabala, who started in that last game here on Tuesday, received a red card in that game, as we mentioned here earlier. He is not in the lineup tonight. For the Red Hawks, in goal, Adam Etheridge, Mark Delicat, Adriana Shoya, Miguel Ramirez, Brody Feinstock, Nick Rossi, J.D. Hupman, Alex Marine, Manny Agbadetto, Daniel Cadu, and Vance Baxi, all in the 11 here tonight for the Red Hawks, who are looking to make their way back to a Division I state semifinal for the first time since 2020, their last championship back in 2019. In total, Troy Athens has 6 state championships on the boys' side. They've got 4 on the girls' side for 10 total. They've been to the state finals and not won it 5 times. Their last attempt was 2016, where they fell to East Kentwood. Get your predictions in now. Now is the time to do it. Who do you think is going to win this one there, Garrett?
I'm going to be professional here. I'm not going to call a winner before the game starts. Very excited. I think that it will be a close one. You're going to see a bit of a chess match between the two coaches. They both have a very complex strategy on how they want to attack the other team, and I can't wait to see what happens in this one.
I couldn't agree with you more, as we are just moments away here from the start of this first regional final here of the night, and we are officially underway here from Troy High School. The Red Hawks, number 3 ranked Red Hawks, and the all-red kids going left to right on your screen, and Utica Ford in the all-white kits going right to left. Good win there by Delicat. That's Agbadetto. Good work from him. It's Feinstock loses the ball on that far side. As you see, Nathan Berry, who we saw on Tuesday, just showing how, even though he might look small, plays extremely big.
Yeah, one of the better wrestlers in that program. And as a wrestler, he has a very low center of gravity, as his coach told us. He's able to outwork and out-wrestle some of the players that he goes against.
So the first foul of the game here, credited to the Red Hawks. This will be taken here by Utica Ford and put into the box. Feinstock gets ahead as it falls now to Shoya. I'll give a shout out. Our camera operator and Garrett both graduated from Brighton High School, and Ryan Gagnon wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to the Brighton Bulldogs tonight as they're taking on Catholic Central in a regional final for a chance to make it to a state semifinal of their own. Catholic Central did go to a state semifinal last year, falling to Rockford in that game.
They will not play the winner of tonight's game.
They will not.
The winner of tonight's game will play Northville or UFD Jesuit.
That is correct. The winner of the Brighton Catholic Central game will take on the winner of Portage Central or Rockford. We talked with both coaches yesterday. Chris also was talking about the one-on-one. They don't want to have those one-on-one battles in their defensive third. They want to stay compact. They want to keep their defense locked in and focused and not allowing players to run loose. We saw in the game on Tuesday for Athens against Adams how Adams lost sight of Miguel Ramirez a handful of times. He had open looks, just unable to convert. That's not something that Chris Dahlson and Utica Ford want to see here happen tonight.
And Miguel Ramirez is not going to allow those chances to go by the wayside again in tonight's game. I'm sure he's worked on that over the 2 days since that's happened.
This ball all the way back now. You'll see Turkanovich come out. He'll end up picking it up.
One of the things that Troy Athens head coach Todd Hugh talked about as well was that he wanted to limit the amount of counterattacks and limit the amount of set pieces. Utica Ford is aware that set pieces are kind of one of the better ways to score against this Troy Athens team. And they fouled almost within the first minute of the game. So interesting to see how that will turn out as the game goes on.
This ball will cross over on this near side. So a throw-in coming up here as we're just getting closer to entering the 3rd minute of play here in this first half. First time stopping by here on the Michigan Soccer Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, like us, and share us with your friends and family. We'll be back at this here on Wednesday for the Division I state semifinals at Troy Athens High School. And the reason we did that this year is last year we started off in this region and made our way out to the regional final where Catholic Central and Clarkston played, and then followed that semifinal to Grand Ledge. And this year we opted to stay on this side and cover the other side of the semifinal grouping here on the east side here in Michigan.
A little closer to home for you, Jonathan, I know.
It's a smidge closer. Not that traveling really bothers me too much. I don't mind the drive. So good ball up here on this near side. It's good work by Graves. Graves has the speed on the outside. Looking to get by Huffman. He does. He puts this one into the box towards Etheridge, and he'll collect it.
He was able to outwork like 2 Athens players on the near side of the camera here on that left side of the field. And he's one of the fastest players on this team, so if he's able to continue to do that as the game goes on, Utica's going to have a huge advantage.
Shout out to our fantastic technical director here tonight, Mr. Sam Fisher. He spends most of his time here in Michigan, and when he's not here in Michigan, he spends it in Canada. Big fan of the Canadian Football League as well as hockey.
Are Canadians fans of the Canadian Football League?
I don't think that they are.
I don't think so either. I work for some people in Canada.
That might be a foul, and it is. They call that with the Grey Cup there? Is that what they call that?
I believe so.
Like the color gray, or just...
Is the trophy gray?
Is the trophy gray, or is it like silver? Platinum, probably? Tiffany Platinum?
Sam's struggling to come up with an answer, I think. As am I.
He'll be there November the 19th watching a football game there. This ball played into the box. Not a bad ball at all, and that might actually deflect off of a Utica Ford defender and out for a corner. Looks like the first corner of the night here for the Redhawks was Adriana Shoya. Will put this one back in.
And credit to the Utica Ford. They were able to put it like a 4 or 5 man line against that.
All played in, a little back heel. Set it back out by Rossi to Shoya. Shoya looks to put this one back into the box, and that one cleared out.
Like Chris Olsen said, he wants to limit those one-on-one opportunities. There's 3-4 Utica Ford players right behind the Athens offensive player. So if he beats one, he has to go against another one.
Well, there's a one-time shot from Cadu. That one bounced towards that near post, but went out, hit the side netting. So a goal kick coming up here for Turkanovic and Utica Ford.
He wasn't even looking at the goal. I think he just wanted to get that one out of his system. And in a regional final like this, you got to have some more precision and obviously accuracy if you want to get it into the...
Talked about it yesterday. Ugly does, whether you win or not, ugly does not matter. Ugly wins are better than no wins. As we'll see Obeda bring this one up, and Hutman will end up being held up and by Obeda, and we'll have a free kick coming up here for Athens.
Hutman was beat the last time around on that exchange. It's a different Utica Ford offensive player this time, but I think he was a little upset by the last time. Maybe emotions getting the best of him on that opportunity.
A fine stock up that far side, finding Begdo. Agbadetto, and that one will go out as that one was misplayed. See a throw in now. Might give you a little bit more audio commentary here tonight, being that we are on both video and audio only here on YouTube. So that's for the audience who's only able to listen in here tonight. This ball played into the box. It's a good win. Comes back out towards midfield. Agbadetto. Ramirez was right there and broken up. Utica Ford showing a little bit more possession here in this first 10 minutes. And something we talked with Chris Allison yesterday was, hey, like, you know, hey, we know who we're facing tomorrow. We know who we're facing in this match, and you know, he's okay with that underdog mentality, knowing that these guys are probably looked at as a team that's not the favorite to win this game, and for rightfully so, right? Athens has been a powerhouse in soccer across the state of Michigan for many, many years, since the beginning here for soccer in this state. But he's okay with that. He's like, hey, our goal is to come into this game is to play good defensive, sound defense, limit the one-on-one opportunities for their top players. This was a shot that'll be from distance that's well wide. I think there's a shot coming in from Stenai.
Yeah, at least from 25, 30 yards out, if not more. He's got to kind of drive that in a little more. He's at the middle of the field, and he's just taking a wild shot kind of like Kadu on the last one. Looked like he just wanted to get it out of his system. Like I said, you got to have more precision, trust your teammates more, get the through balls in. Got to have a closer shot than from 35, 40 yards out.
I look there at Adam Etheridge, the goalkeeper here, the senior goalkeeper for the Red Hawks. Again, Todd Hugh, the head coach here for the Red Hawks, in his 13th season. Chris Alston is in his 6th year as the head coach, been with the program 13 years overall. So now you see Rossi, Aguadetto, and one last touch off of Aguadetto. Good cut back, but now Feinstock. Feinstock had the game winner on Tuesday night, scoring the goal with 3:39 to play, putting it home past Reed Dennis. He had to go through 2 Adams Highlander players. So the ball was put in the box by Adriana Shoya, who had an assist and a goal in that game on Tuesday. This ball put back in towards the box. That one, Alex Marine got a head on. Now Adam Etheridge will slide over and pick it up.
What impresses me most about Adam Etheridge is how loose he is, and sometimes he misplays the balls in the air, a little too often, but the fact that he's able to jump as high as he is and able to quickly get out to the ball on that left side like you saw if you're on the NFHS network. Very impressive and very loose and quick. That's how I like my goalkeepers.
This ball is played in by Feinstock. He was looking for Adriana Shoya up top, but that was broken up. Intercepted by the Utica forward defender. A good slide tackle there from John Paul Hanna. Ball will go out for a throw on that far side. Ramirez under control. Good overtake, good tackle, says the referee on Aguadetto. Misplayed there by Vanis Baxi. Troy Athens has been here before. They've been here quite a bit in their history. We talk about that. Todd, he was talking about it yesterday. Even though a player on this team might not have participated in the 2020 run, their brothers did. So family and friends have all been a part of this program, have shared and passed along that experience. Every time you walk into the gym at Troy Athens High School, you are reminded of the success of this program. Again, in total, between the boys and girls, 10 state championships, 6 for the boys, 4 for the girls.
And like I mentioned in the opener, this stage does not phase them. The district final doesn't phase them. These are opportunities and stages where these Athens players are used to performing on this stage. To them, it's just another Thursday night.
This ball is played up towards midfield. That's Drew Graves. Dispossessed by Alex Marine. Plays that ball into Delicat. Delicat out wide to the near side to Adriana Shoya. Shoya, that's a great defensive play there from Dylan Korkus.
Little 7-on-7 crime right there. Dylan Korkus, he was able to kick the ball out from underneath his feet after Shoya was trying to do just a little too much there.
This ball played in and deflects towards top of the 18 from Delicat. Now Beta up over midfield, and Baxi will put this one back to that far side. So the kickball here as these two teams are trying to find their way here 13 minutes into this game.
I don't know about you, John, but it feels like the time is going by quick in this one. These teams are going back and forth. I thought we were going to see a little more loose, relaxed match, try to play more defense and try to hold possession for longer periods of time, but both teams getting right at it. They know how important this game is. Obviously, if you lose, you go home, so.
It is win or go home as Graves goes down. Kadu, and now a foul going to be called against the Falcons of Utica Ford.
I'm now seeing the Falcons brought out a student section loud and proud for their team.
As fans continue to roll in here at Troy High School in Troy, Michigan. John Turner, Garrett Pogg here on the NFHS Network and YouTube audio only here tonight. This ball brought up over midfield by Marine. And a good turn by Shoya. We talked with Todd Hugh yesterday about Shoya, and he mentioned that Shoya may have been trying to do too much on Tuesday. We saw a lot of really great things out of Shoya, but Todd mentioned that the last 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes really were the best moments for Shoya, but those were the moments that counted as 4 opportunities were created in the first 10 minutes by Adriana Shoya. And then, of course, the penalty shot conversion with 10:20 to go in the game. Then, of course, the assist going to Brody Feinstock with the game winner. So Shoya having phenomenal game on Tuesday.
And his teammates believe in him. I mean, I read in the newspaper from this past Tuesday that, before that penalty kick, his teammates kind of took him aside and, asked him, kind of calm down a little and say, they just told him, you know what to do. You know what to do. They believe that he's a great scorer. Obviously a leader for this team, among many for all the seniors that this Athens team has. So even if it's not on the field, off the field, he's having a big impact.
That's right. Is now Gamboa will look to clear this one up into the student section of Troy Athens. So a long throw-in coming up here for the Red Hawks.
Was that the Athens section? I think he was trying to send a warning shot, like, hey, pipe down over there. I don't know.
We're going to see a throw-in here. It's J.D. Hupman with a long throw into the box. Goes in towards, here's Cadu as he looked to put one up. Looking for a handball. They're not going to get it. Now Hupman puts this one back post. In comes a great head, a save by Turkanovic.
The quickness by Turkanovic to be able to shoot that hand up immediately.
I believe that was Brody Feinstock with the head. Turkanovic puts his hand up, makes the save.
Here comes another one.
Into the box, back post, and that one cleared out into the parking lot.
A third one in a row coming up.
So let a look at this again. I think it was Feinstock getting a clear head, and Turkanovic with the great reflexes to keep that one from going into the back of the net. 24 minutes to go here in this first half.
Feinstock going to take this one.
It's been in swinger towards that middle of the goal, and that one's cleared up right back to Feinstock. Makes its way to Delicat, top of the 18. He'll look to fire one. That one's blocked.
Wound up too much on that last opportunity. The Utica Ford player was able to read it the whole way, and now they're going to get back possession.
Here comes a counterattack as this ball played towards Graves. We saw the counterattack on Tuesday night against Cosno as Graves had a one-on-one with Moranja from Warren Cosno, putting away the first goal. Now Gambone will put this one up towards Graves. It's a good win for him as this one falls. And that might be a foul, and it was.
It was good on missing the number there, but good on that Utica Ford player to draw that foul, kind of give the team a chance to reset, get all those red jerseys out of that final third. They had a couple chances to score there. Utica Ford defense holding strong.
It was Stenai that was fouled on that play. This ball will make its way to Adriana Shoya. He'll look to go through 2 defenders. Play this one out wide. That's a great ball up that far side. You can see a jersey pull there. There's the foul. I believe that's Gavin Farrow that was fouled.
I believe so. It was John Paul Hanna preventing them from making any plays on that.
So we're going to see a free kick here for the Red Hawks. Brody Feinstock with his dangerous left foot putting this one back in play. This one will be taken about 30 yards from goal. Feinstock puts us right towards that back post, and it popped up inside the 6 and cleared out of the 18. Turkanovic's got a touch on it. But a couple good opportunities here for the Red Hawks in the last couple moments. Unable to convert.
Yeah, the Utica Ford defense is holding so strong, just forming that line right in front of the goal, not allowing anything to get in there. I missed the player that cleared it, but there was a high kick from one of the Utica Ford players to be able to send it back about 20, 30 yards.
Ramirez gets tied up, and that one cleared up. Now Rossi was looking again for Ramirez. That one broken up, and now Stenai. All played up, and that's misplayed by Baxi. Now Hutman on this near side. But one back by Milne and the Falcons.
Great job retaining possession here.
The Strays put this one inside. We're going to say the ball went out for a throw-in, though.
It's the right call. Ball clearly crossed over the line. Jason Cross, our head referee.
Just reached the quarter mark of this game as 0-0, 0-0, as they say across the pond. Marine will play this to that far side. And it's Baxi inside to Cadu. Switch to this near side, and Delicat. Delicat playing much lower as he receives that ball here on the width of the field. All played in. Settled down by Delicat. There's Griffin LeBay that's now on the pitch here for the Red Hawks, as well as Daniel Cadu. Good defensive work there from Fofana. And now here come the Falcons as Graves now.
Look at that speed.
On the outside there with Alex Marine on the far side. Poked away and out off the Red Hawks.
And he held on to it too. That's the most impressive part of that. He didn't take a wild shot. He didn't try to force it back to a teammate. He just took his sweet time dribbling down that right sideline and then allowed the player to poke it out so the rest of that Utica Ford team could reset in the final third.
John Paul Hanna has this one put into the box towards Etheridge. He'll make a diving save. Wasn't quite sure if that was going to make it towards goal, but at least got a hand on it.
It didn't look like it was going to go in. I don't think it was necessary for him to make that diving grab like he tried to.
So Beta, this one deflects off Cadu and then cleared up towards midfield. Fofana plays inside to John Paul Hanna. Sorry, Nathan Berry, I apologize. So now this one played long towards top of the 18. Makes its way to Corkus. Dylan Corkus is taken down. That one is just outside the 18. It even looked like he might have been inside the 18.
Oh, wow. He's calling it on the 19-yard line. It was really close.
It was extremely close. It was a foul.
Yeah, he'll get a free kick nonetheless, but I think that was maybe a yard or two inside.
Vanishing spray comes out. Spencer Cross will stand over this one. Four-man wall for the Red Hawks. 17:48 to go in this first half. A shot! And Cross puts it in! Who needs a penalty shot? Spencer Cross from 19 yards out, giving the Falcons a 1-0 lead.
That's one of the things that Todd Hugh talked about. They want to limit the amount of fouls they have, limit the amount of set pieces. I mean, you can call that a set piece, but he only needed one swift kick to put in the back left part of the net.
Let's take another look at it right there. Is just a phenomenal finish from Spencer Cross.
And they know that Adam Etheridge misjudges some of those balls in the air. So that's where they're going to try to hit each and every time this game.
Athens has been here before. They have been down the last two games and found a way to come back in each of them. And look at this, there's another one out wide.
And Utica Ford's going to get another possession in the attack zone. momentum on the Falcons side in this one.
It is right now with 17 minutes to go here in this first half. Good cut there by Graves, but last touched off of Graves, says assistant referee on that far side.
And I don't want to speak too early, but one of the things that Chris Alston, the head coach for Utica Ford, talked to us about, he said if we can make it in that first half, into halftime with either a lead or tied or really close, they believe they can pull this one out. So you might see Utica Ford settle down a little bit. Obviously, they're going to take possessions if they can get them, but maybe not play as physical, not draw too many or commit too many fouls.
Hupman was looking up top for Ramirez. The ball knocked out, so a throw-in coming up on that far side.
And if you're an Athens player right now, you just got to calm the nerves a little bit. Obviously, it's 1-0. The game's not over. A lot of time left. And they're playing well so far. They just got to be able to put it in the back of the net. Obviously, skill and luck kind of go hand in hand in this game.
Now Cadu cuts inside. And Cross will put this one out of play. So a throw-in coming up here deep in Falcon territory. We'll see Griffin LeBay put this one back in. He's the one that drew the penalty kick on Tuesday. This ball actually last touch off the Falcons and out for a corner.
That's what, the fourth or fifth corner already? Oh, Cross is going to change it.
Oh, it's a corner. That looked like a corner from here.
Some confusion, players running back and forth as to whether it'll be a corner or a goal kick.
So Griffin LeBay will put this one in now. Right in towards the middle of mix. Back post. And that one will go wide.
He had a lot of players near side. The kick that he put out went far side, and there's no one there. Just went out of the back of the end line.
So a few subs coming back in here for the Falcons. Obeda stepped off.
And the Falcons want to sub often because they know that the Troy Athens team can go about 4 or 5 players deep off the bench. Utica Ford, their team's
going to be a
injuries.
yellow card right here, and Fofana will be credited with the yellow card. Got to be careful here if you're the Falcons. We've seen them get 2 red cards in their last 2 matches. Dylan Corcus was on red card on last game. Couldn't play, and now you've got Mazen Gabala, who's on red card from what happened in the last game. So,
I mean, it was a foul. He did trip him, but I wonder if the Athens player kind of sold it a little bit, knowing that the yellow cards are a problem for this.
This ball
Utica
comes in. That one goes wide. No, it was a clear foul. There was nothing there about that one. You could look at some fouls and say maybe a player was diving or embellishing the moment, but not in that moment. Fofana got a good chunk of him on a promising attack. That's why he got a yellow card. Fofana comes back on after getting that yellow card. That's the high school rule. You got to step off the pitch for yellow cards.
Does it mean anything, though, if they're able to come right back in a minute later?
It used to be 10 minutes. So now you have to step off, and at the next substitution opportunity for your team, you can come back on. Good move there by DiGiovanni. We'll find Daniel Cadu. Good switch out wide. That's Feinstock. A good ball back into Feinstock down in that corner. What's one put in towards Sirkanovic, and he'll make the mistake, and that will go all for a corner.
Yeah, you said it. If he didn't put his hands out, try to grab it, it would have been a goal kick. Another corner early here for the Redhawks.
So it's this ball played quick into the box. Looking towards Cadu. Cadu settles it down. Looks cut down by the end line. Look at this back post. Wide open! Volley back of the net! Adriana Shoya equalizing here in the 28th minute.
That might be one of the best kicks I've ever seen. Just a clear bicycle kick off of the volley. Not bicycle, but almost like a bit of a roundhouse. You'll see here on the replay.
I mean, the ball from Cadu put into the box, and the volley, he just turns his body. What a fantastic goal from Shoya. And this game is equal at 1 apiece.
And when the ball's coming in that quick, I don't know what you're supposed to do as a goalkeeper in order to stop that, I'll tell you what.
There's not much you can do. Is Shoya getting his second goal in 2 games? Assisted there by number 23, Daniel Cadu. All in for Di Giovanni, and Gambone will clean this one up towards the touchline as it crosses over. So Griffin LeBay will put this one back in. Long throw in into the box. Headed away by Gambone. And in comes Cadu, and he'll be called for the foul. So if you're just joining us here, a goal off a free kick from Spencer Cross in the 27th minute. Sorry, in the 23rd minute. Gave the Falcons of Utica Ford a 1-0 lead. And then here, just a few moments ago, Adriana Shoya in the 28th minute with a fantastic volley past Turkanovic. Nothing he could do about that at all. I mean, if he would have been just standing there, it could have hit him maybe. But there's not much goalkeeper could have done in that moment.
I think if it hit him, it would have blown him back into the net. That's how fast the ball came in.
Shoya just showing everyone he could do best, score goals.
No pun intended.
I believe that's his 16th goal of the season. So this ball by Marine put up towards Griffin LeBay, and this one will go all the way back to Turkanovic. So we're at 10 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-1 is your score. You're watching Region 4 regional final here on the NFHS network and on YouTube audio only. Jonathan Turner, Garrett Pogg here standing here in this press box at Troy High School on this October 26th. I'm actually sitting, he's standing.
I'm very intense. I'm looking. My head's almost out the window. That's how into this match I am. I mean, the intensity in the back and forth. You have all the fans from all over Troy and Utica here to support these teams. Couldn't have asked for a better atmosphere.
No question about that. Is this one from Cadu, played inside to none other than his brother, Dario Cadu. And played wide to Feinstock. Little back heel back into Feinstock. Feinstock makes his way down by the end line, slots this one in, and that one's cleared up. Believed by Spencer Krause. One back by the Redhawks.
And that was such a good slide tackle from Spencer Krause to be able to get that ball out of the possession of the Redhawks player standing literally right in front of the goal.
It's now Shoya. Plays it inside to Cadu. It's broken up. Good play and good read there by Milne. Good crowd here on hand tonight. We'll see a foul maybe on that far side. It will be, as I believe that was Feinstock that went down. No, I think it was Griffin LeBay that actually went down.
And Utica Ford was able to score their first goal off of a free kick right outside of the penalty box. Now Troy Athens is going to have an opportunity to do the same right here.
So you get Daniel Cadu will stand over this one. So this one comes back in towards out. The referee is saying wait for the whistle maybe. The cowbell coming out now.
So a few times Cadu's done that, kind of kicked it a little earlier than he should have. The other times were in play, this time out of play now.
So as Cadu will put this one back, and that's a longer and higher ball that will go out and out of play.
The first ball he kicked was in the field of play. I think he would rather have that one.
All for naught. So Abeda will come back in for the Falcons. It's number 13. And McNally coming off. Ball put back into play. That ball dipped really quick there. It's misplayed. And
doing a little bit of the back and forth game before it got cleared out.
That Turganovich comes out, but that finds its way to Shoya. Oh, and there's a hard collision. Shoya showing why he's not happy with that non-call.
I mean, credit to Utica Ford for getting 4 or 5 defenders back into the area before Athens even had a chance to possess the ball even.
Good work by Shoya. He'll take a shot from distance that will go well wide.
We mentioned it earlier, Todd Hugh talking about Adriano Shoya doing a little too much here and there. I think you saw an example of that, trying to take a shot from 30 yards out, at least. He's got to settle that ball down and look for a teammate, look to possess it, get closer into the 18-yard box.
You got to give credit to Utica Ford right now. They're finding a way right now to keep Athens, outside of the 18. Athens is able to create opportunity and get into the attacking third, but really haven't created quality scoring chances here of late. As Abeda getting through 2 defenders, it gives it away though, and good turn back is now Cadu. Had DiGiovanni open on this near side, chose not to play it to him, and this will make its way now to Feinstock on that far side of the field. All played. Spencer Cross intercepts, and this one will be cleared up over midfield.
And you said it, John, Utica Ford is making Athens work for every possession. Obviously, Athens has had a lot of opportunities to, in the attacking, the middle third, we'll call it. But when they're in that final third, Utica Ford swarms them.
So as you see that compactness, and you're seeing how they have 9 players behind the ball. Good tackle, and that one will last be touched off of Feinstock. I always find it fun and exciting when teams are so excited about a ball that goes out, going in their favor for a throw-in 60 yards from goal. Always.
Oh, these fans are passionate. I love playoffs, any sport. I mean,
4:20 to go here in this first half. 1-1 your score. These 2 teams fighting for a chance to play in the Final Four. They'll take on the winner of the Northville U of D Jesuit game taking place here tonight. Fighting for the ultimate goal of hoisting a state championship trophy here a week from Saturday. As Obeda wins his ball back for the Falcons. Has it at his feet. He is on his own with no players for support. As now Obeda will be called for holding on J.D. Hupman. He was by himself on an island. He had no support players whatsoever.
Yeah, everyone was jogging behind him instead of running. He had 4 Athens Redhawks in front of him. he did the right thing, but trying to slow it down, but he took his eyes off the ball and allowed the Athens player to kind of get in there and steal the possession now.
So a free kick here for Athens, 64.5 yards from goal.
Very precise there with the measurements, John. Really painting the picture for our radio-only audience.
As the ball's played in, a head flick by Hupman, make its way back to Turkanovic. The football lines really do make a difference, though.
Oh, yeah. I would petition for having yard markers on every field.
Nah, you don't want that. No, you want. I mean, it's great for us from a broadcast standpoint to be able to pinpoint distance, but ultimately, we want to play these games on soccer-specific fields with no lines. It's just prettier. This ball played up over midfield. Nobody there for the Falcons again, who are playing very defensive-minded right now here to finish this half. We talked about it in regards to our conversation with Chris Olsen yesterday. Getting out of here with a tie at halftime be a huge win here for the Falcons. So this ball will trickle over here to Hupman. Now Dario Cadu. He'll look to take a shot or a cross from distance. Played inside. Gambone will get a head on it. Well, that might be a foul. Referee did call a foul. Oh, and now we're going to have someone going to get a yellow card maybe. Adriana Shoya getting a yellow card for dissent. Not happy with the call. So just step right off the field. A yellow card coming with 1:47 to go in this half. Something we talk about. You got to be composed in these moments. Hey, calls are going to not go your way sometimes. But it is extremely important you keep your talent on the field. And Shoya's got to do a better job in that moment, because now you think about the rest of this game. All it takes is one moment, taking your eye off of the prize, right? One moment where you don't have your composure, and now you see a red card and not playing in a semifinal. These yellow cards in first half. Can't do it. Ipedetto, misplayed ball, that's denied.
One of the things that Jason Cross, the head referee, talked to us about prior to the match as well was he's willing to call some of those fouls that he might not call in a typical regular season game to kind of get the chippiness down and prevent this game from getting out of hand.
And this game has been fairly clean. I mean, yeah, you had some fouls here and there. Nothing here to write home about.
I would agree.
And it's not a game that's out of control by any sense of the imagination. That's a foul, maybe. I'm going to say that's a foul. So
had a little arm drag takedown in the final third there.
But the reality is that we talk about this all the time. Yellow cards are a premium, especially in this game. You do not want to find yourself on yellow card problems later in this game. It forces you to have to make some decisions. With 45 seconds to go here in this half, Gambone will bring this one back in, 23 yards from goal. He'll take a direct shot that goes up and over.
Looked like he was looking for a Spencer Krause type shot right there, trying to put it right into the goal. He had a lot of teammates on that far side, near side to our camera, going from right to left, but he's got to look for teammates on that instead of trying to put it in the back left part of the goal.
So Spencer Krause scored a goal for the Falcons in the 23rd minute. Adriana Shoya in the 28th for the Red Hawks. As we are 10 seconds remaining here in this first half.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll wrap up this first half. 1-1 here is your score. Any first half thoughts here, Garrett, before we head to break?
I mean, both of these teams are playing the right balance of conservative versus aggressive defense. And, one of the things that the Utica Ford head coach, Chris Olsen, talked to us about was being able to take it into halftime either tied or up by one. They're going to go tied, and we're going to see these teams kind of get a little chippier, try to play with a little more aggressiveness in the second half. But we'll be right back after this.
That we will. It is 1-1 here from Troy High School. Both these teams fighting for a chance to play in the Final Four here next Wednesday. We'll find out. We have 40 minutes to go. Be back. Welcome back here into Troy High School. We are at the half, just moments away from the start of the second half. It is 1-1. Some might say this is a lopsided game as far as opportunity, but does not matter because it's 1-1. And a goal coming in the 23rd minute from Spencer Cross, a laser, going past the diving Adam Etheridge on a free kick, giving them a 1-0 lead. And then 5 minutes later, Adriana Shoya with a spectacular volley, finding the back of the net and putting it past the goalkeeper in Armen Turkanovic, and that is where the scoring comes to an end. As we said, 40 minutes to go in this one, as both these teams fighting for a chance to play in a Final Four. Take another look here at this opportunity from Spencer Cross, and that wall did not do a very good job. And that's a great celebration from Cross. This one comes in on a corner kick as Kadu put this one back in, and Shoya just doing what he does best and put one in the back of the net.
I didn't realize how high that goal went. It literally went like right beneath the crossbar and to the top of the net. Gave Turkanovic no opportunity to jump and try to block it either.
No question about that. As we're just moments away as the music here is starting to get a little hyped up. We didn't hear much music during the halftime break, but sure enough,
we haven't heard any music at all, actually. I believe this is it for the first part of the night.
Seems like they do it right during the start of the half.
You got me hyped for it. And talking about this Troy Athens team, they've only allowed one shot on frame, and it was off a set piece. One of the things that Todd Hugh, the head coach for Athens, talked about was trying to eliminate those counter and set piece opportunities for Utica Ford. And for Ford, what they want to do is they want to have more possession and try to get the ball up the field more so than try to score from far out or score off those set piece opportunities.
We're back underway here from Troy High School. The sun has set, and this game has 40 minutes to go to figure out who is going to move on to the state semifinals here on Wednesday night at Troy Athens High School.
The lights are on at the field, and you know what they say, when the lights come on, the stars come out. This is where legends are made.
Getting cliche here, Mr. Gary.
Oh, come on. It was excellent delivery by me, if I say so myself.
There was a comment that came in during the halftime break about if we could comment about players' names and mention the school. Obviously, we try to give you as much information as we possibly can, but sometimes timing isn't everything. And I don't know if everybody wants to just hear every player and their school where they're located every single time. So we do the best we can when we can. There's Shoya on that far side. Let's cut it back, and that one's a good win by the Falcon defender.
Off the chest of the Utica Ford player, kind of fell down to block that one.
And as Troy High just brought in a whole potpourri of food for us, like a buffet of food came in the press box. That's opportunity on that far side now for Drew Graves. Graves showing his speed, and he's defended well there by J.D. Hutman.
J.D. able to stop the ball on that far left side of the field. Was able to now create an opportunity for Athens on the other side.
Something we talk about a lot on this network, we talk about it quite a bit, is the reality is it doesn't matter how many opportunities are created, it's what you convert. And so far we saw it on Tuesday with Athens, who had a number of opportunities in that game against Rochester Adams. They failed to convert on those in the first half, and in the second half up until 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go with that penalty shot conversion from Adriana Shoya. Tonight they've had a number of opportunities as well, just unable to convert. Is now assistant referee on that far side will put his flag up as I think it was Ramirez had a hand on that, as now we have a player down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. One of the conversations we had with some people in the booth during halftime was, hey, they only had, the Utica Ford team only had one shot on frame the entire first half. Well, yeah, they made that shot. So
I mean, they got burgers up here, man. I'm not trying to cut you off, but they got burgers. They got pickles. They've got the ketchup packets. I mean, they just brought us a smorgasbord of opportunity for food here. Unfortunately, it's a dollar short, a day late. We can't eat it in the broadcast. But
hey, there's one guy between us that's not wearing a microphone, so if the food starts disappearing, I think we know who to look at.
We know. We'll be making our way as a crew out to Granite City after this game here in Troy, a proud sponsor here of the network.
First time I've been there, so I'm excited to see what they have.
Well, they have food.
Really?
Edible food.
It's good salesmanship from you, Johnny.
I know, I can't help it, man. This ball played up over midfield. Settled down by a Red Hawk defender.
I'm surprised these teams are settling as much as they have. That was more so the case that I thought we were going to see in the first half. But now at the halftime, I don't think these teams want to take it into overtime or penalty kicks. I thought we were going to see some more aggression out of these defenses.
So Delcat now will receive the ball 50 yards from goal. Finds its way into Brody Feinstock, and that's poked out.
Throw in from Athens in their final third.
Feinstock with a long throw into the 18. All kind of drops right top of the 18 for Delcat, and that one's poked away. It's good work from Hutman on that far side. McNally was right there for the Falcons. It's now Shoya looking to get the edge, and it's a great tackle by the Falcon defender.
Yeah, I'll take my point back about the aggression factor. You're seeing it more in that final third on the left side of the field.
So play to this near side. Agudetto. Looking for Ramirez. Spencer Krause there to defend. Ramirez can't find the edge. And this one will go out now for the 5th corner of the match. Sam Fisher digging into his cheeseburger now.
Ramirez he was looking to capitalize on that near side of the field, but he ended up slipping on the turf. And it didn't matter, Utica Ford ended up kicking it out of bounds accidentally.
This ball comes into the 18 back post. That one flexed out to back to right where it came from. And out for a throw in for the Red Hawks.
Cadoo's going to stay out there.
Cadoo puts us one near post. That one's blocked. Finds a way to Delcat! 2-1 in favor of the Red Hawks here in the 46th minute.
It's a beautiful strike from Delcat. I mean, it really just fell right into his lap, and he kicked it with the inside part of his right foot. As you see here on the replay on the NFHS network.
Another volley here for the Red Hawks.
And the Utica Ford players, there were 3 of them standing in front of them, and they both just kind of stood there and didn't really rush to get in front of the shot at all. I mean, it's a good goal by Delcat, but it's also a lapse on the Utica Ford side.
All switch to this near side. We're back underway. Delcat plays it out wide. One back by the Red Hawks. Rossi. Ramirez. Good spin out of pressure there from Shoya. As now this one put back into the box. Making his way back post. Feinstock settles down at his on his left foot. And this one will be defended by John Paul Hanna, and out for a corner kick. Another one coming up here. That's the 6th of this game.
You don't typically talk about soccer as a momentum-based game, but it seemed like for the first 20 minutes of this match, Utica Ford had all the momentum on their side, and now that is flipped early in the second half.
Into the box, and that one cleared away by the Falcons defender.
Corner came in on the left side of the field, went to the far side of the goalpost, and the Red Hawks player is not able to make anything of it.
Rossi goes down and one back by the Falcons, and they play this one inside. The ball given away. And up this near side is Barry. Barry keeps going. Great tackle by Vance Baxi.
Yeah, Barry was running so fast. He was looking at the ball. He wasn't looking in front of him. Baxi was standing right in front of him that entire way.
Shoya pulls it back. He'll be taken down, and foul there called against Shoya. Again, got to keep his composure. He's on a yellow card for the Red Hawks.
He's done pretty well so far. Now playing more off the ball to try to avoid getting in those situations.
Crowd here for Utica Ford getting energized. Stenai went for the ball. Now Fofana, but he'll just give it away. Can go over the top, and so a throw-in now coming up here for the Red Hawks. "30 minutes to go here in this game." Paul Hanna plays this one inside. That one's intercepted. Now here comes Daniel Cadu for the Red Hawks. They'll keep taking it. He's got Delicat, and they're looking to find the thread the needle! 3-1, Ramirez! That goal coming in the 50th minute. Daniel Cadu, as you see here on your screen, threading the needle past Gambone, one-time past Turkanovic, and into the back of the net.
I was listening to, I think it was the broadcast when Athens was smoking Berkeley, and Dan Stickrat, our good friend, described the Athens as an F5 tornado with multiple scoring options all over the field, and you're seeing that on full display in this match.
Right now is good work. Game starting to open up now here for the Red Hawks. As Ramirez credited with the foul. And now we're going to have the clock stopped. And a yellow card going to be issued to Daniel Cadu from the Red Hawks. Coming in the 51st minute.
And one of the things that Chris Alston talked about was that, the high school soccer game for boys this age, the game means everything to them. So of course, late in the match, one of these teams, it'll be their last game. You're going to see those emotions on full display.
Ball still inside the 18 as it pops up. See Dylan Korkus right there, and cleared up towards Shoya. Put this one up towards midfield. Gambone tied up by Ramirez. He'll keep going. Gambone through two defenders, and he'll run out of real estate. That went out for a goal kick, that's what they'll say.
2 separate times Utica Ford players were trying to do it all on their own there. The teammates were just not there to line them up and surround them to give them passing options. So yes, it's impressive that guys like Gambone are able to drive through 2 people, but when he has no one to pass it to and he's not able to get a scoring opportunity, it doesn't mean a whole lot.
Last time we looked, it was 0-0 out in Grand Blanc as Brighton First Catholic Central. You got 2 Bulldogs in the house rooting for the Bulldogs in that one.
I haven't seen any scoring updates on Northville or UFD Jesuit either.
So now here comes Spencer Cross. He scored the first goal as he slots one into that space. Put it back for Corcus. And cleared up and out of danger from Alex Marine.
Alex Marine in the perfect position there, right in front of the through ball. Able to clear that one out. Just great defensive play there by the Athens Redhawks. Very passionate.
Ball switched inside. Good ball out wide now. Ball put in back post, and that one will go out for a goal kick. You know, leading up to this broadcast, there were a number of parents that were kind of screaming towards the forward side about, you know, don't play for a tie, go out and try to fight for this. You know, in our conversation yesterday with Chris, nothing about us in that conversation led us to believe that he was fighting for a tie. But at the same time, we talked about this. If you look at this game, you know, if you're the number 16 seed going in against the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, everyone is picking you to lose that game. You're the underdog. And there are games where you're going to go in and you're clearly not favored to win. So, and coaches know that. They're not, you know, they know what's going on. They know how they might be looked upon. That might not stop them from how they you know, interact with their players, but they know that, and they're going to make adjustments based on that. You know, we talked about it. He said, hey, if we can go to halftime 1-1 or 0-0 or even 1-0, you know, we can find a way to keep in this game. We have a chance. Doesn't mean that Utica Ford's not good.
No, Utica Ford's been playing solid all year.
Very good. And again,
especially for all the injury concerns that they've had all year long. They haven't had the same starting 11, I don't think, in any game this year with all the injury problems they've had. They've played fantastic.
Yeah, and you know, they're missing Gabala tonight. Gabala, you know, lost his composure on Tuesday, got a red card, second yellow card.
They're missing Irman Zuric, the senior defenseman.
Right. Look at this now as Delicat gets a great tackle. This ball's played up over midfield, looking for Dylan Corcus.
And you're going to hear the Utica Ford fans here because Troy Athens, I don't want to say they're used to being in this spot, but they've been to regional finals several times here in the past couple years. Utica Ford, this is a special moment for them. They do anything to get back here next year and the years beyond, so they want to make the most of it right here.
It's a good win. That's Rossi up over midfield for the Redhawks as he puts it out wide. DiGiovanni looks to put this one into the box. That one stopped by Fofana. There's a change. Dylan Corcus was playing more defensive here to start this game. And now he's playing up top. This one deflected towards midfield, and this ball,
great pass.
Feinstock. They're going to call a foul there on Feinstock as he runs into the defender of the Falcons.
Feinstock's such a big dude, so I don't think he intended on fouling there. But sometimes your weight just kind of gets thrown around a little bit, and sometimes you body some individuals. Wouldn't have called it myself, but he did knock the player over. So
25 minutes remaining here in this game. 3-1 to score for the Redhawks. They went into the half 1-1 and scored they scored 3 unanswered goals, but 2 here in this second half. Mark Delicat getting a goal in the 46th, and Miguel Ramirez in the 50th.
And the thing about Athens is they haven't really made too many adjustments from what they were doing in the first half. They just were able to capitalize on those same opportunities that they had all game long here early in the second half.
This ball shifted over here to Gavin Farrow. In comes Gambo, a little bit of a shove, but Farrow now defended by 2, and that one's poked away.
And even though they've let up 3 goals, Utica forward defense, for the most part, has held up strong. Obviously, that third goal from Athens, I think they could have played a little tighter on that. But
I also think it's important to say this because as a former coach, I can tell you that we know the players, the coaches know the players on the field. This ball is played in, and that's going to go off for a goal kick. The players and the coaches know who they're playing against. They know the caliber. And the goal is to win. The goal is to survive and move on, right? Well, sometimes you have to do that in a very conservative way. And that might not align with a lot of the way people think in regards to how to win a soccer game. But it worked well for them back many years ago. There was an undefeated Athens Redhawks team that had gone, again, they were undefeated. They were like 21-0, and they met Utica Forward in a district final, and Utica Forward played a very, very conservative game. They locked it down and found a way to come away with a victory and move on to the regional semifinals. Those games can happen, and we see them time and time again as this ball will be played up and out, as it was Alex Marine that got touch of that ball.
yeah, so as much as we love the passion here from the parents, you got to let the coaches do their job, in my opinion.
For sure. I mean, I obviously don't know the inner workings of the team and the mentality, but you have a team that's gone and beaten Macomb, Dakota, gone and beaten Anchor Bay, heavily favored Anchor Bay to win the district championship in that district, went on to beat Chippewa Valley. Then they beat Warren Cuzna, who they beat 1-0 here back the first week of the season, and now they're in a battle here against a team that's ranked number 3 in the state that has gone unbeaten in 14 games of their own, scoring 50-plus goals during that time period. They are facing a team that is very, very good, and while you want to play that team straight up, not always the case. You can't always do that.
Especially not this Troy Athens team that can go 4, 5, 6 players deep in their bench, and still the level of play doesn't really drop off. It's a direct quote from Chris Alston, actually.
So he's throwing on that far side. Ramirez tried to bring it down, and he'll end up going out. First time stopping by here on the Michigan Soccer Network on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, like us, and share us with your friends and family. Highlights from this game will be available tomorrow morning on our YouTube channel. We have the highlights from these games up around 9 a.m. This ball played over midfield by the Redhawks and now settled down. It's John Paul Hanna under pressure from Gavin Farrow, and Turkanovich will clear this one up towards midfield. Make its way to Nathan Berry, and he'll be dispossessed. Oh, that's Luke Izzo. Ball back to Izzo.
Utica's got to play tight on these players now. Now you're seeing it.
There it is, and now here comes John Paul Hanna. Ball into space, but nobody there.
Obviously misplayed the ball, looking for number 7, Dylan Korkus there in the middle. Ended up kicking the ball out wide to the right. Goes out for a throw-in for Troy Athens in their first third.
We saw this last year in this region too. That the district between Utica Eisenhower, Rochester Adams, Romeo, the Rochester schools, and Stony Creek and Rochester, that district, along with the district that Athens came out of with the Berkeley, Troy High, Seaholm, Groves, Ferndale, that district, those two districts were the toughest districts in all of the state of Michigan. As this ball played in the box, Etheridge came out, and now a shot from distance that goes up and over. Knowing that those two districts were going to see each other in the regional semifinal on Tuesday, we talked about this last year. I don't know if we talked about it on the broadcast on Tuesday. I forget. But we say that's the team coming out of that regional semifinal is the highly favored team to go all the way to a state final. And again, because the difficulty of coming out of that district and the teams that are eliminated out of those districts and playing in that first round. Last year we saw Fraser and Anchor Bay playing in that second game, coming out of those same districts. Anchor Bay coming away with the win. and then Anchor Bay losing to Rochester Adams in the regional finals, where Rochester Adams took on Salem in the semifinals a week later, and then ultimately going on to win the state championship after that. So when we look at these regions and looking at the caliber of teams coming out of it, Garrett, it's not hard for us to look at that and say there's a pathway. You know, we talked about how Macomb County has been down this last year with regards to the level of play, and the OAA Red and the KLA they're the toughest. Just look at this one, shot from distance from Brody Feinstock. Not that hard for Takanovich to take care of.
Yeah, and
but you just look at that though, and you know the KLA West, which is where Brighton and Northville come out of. Catholic Central playing in the Catholic League, which if you ask everybody that played in the Catholic League this year, that was down. You know, when Cranbrook was down in that league is generally down. But Cranbrook playing tonight against Warren De La Salle for a chance to play in their second consecutive state semifinal, with a chance to go on to a state final for the second consecutive year as well. This one played in by Griffin LeBay. Almost made its way into the six. Ball cleared out by the Redhawks. Got 18 minutes to go. Ford in a hole here, down by 2 goals. Their lone goal coming in the 23rd minute from Spencer Cross on a free kick.
Yeah,
really,
one of the things
only opportunity of this game.
One of the things that the Troy Athens head coach Todd Hugh talked about was how, you know, lethargic that the team played on Tuesday. They didn't play with too much energy, and he thought that might have been because of how exhausted they were from their districts. They had a really tough district round of, you know, teams they had to go up against, like Seaholm. And
the ball played into the box. Might see a half volley here. Is that one stopped by Milne? Yeah, we talk about the weather, too. He talked about the weather and how this nicer weather with it being sunnier. These guys have been used to playing in Under Armour the last couple of weeks, and all those things have, I think, forced these teams to play a little different style of soccer. The third goal was scored for Athens, was scored by number 9, Miguel Ramirez. That goal coming in the 50th minute. But, you know, there are going to be teams that are going to be favored, teams that aren't going to be favored. You know, and that's really looking at this district, this ball pops out right to a Delicat, and there's another shot comes through and blocked as it went through traffic. You know, beginning of this round of 16, and really since the beginning of the playoffs, just based on what we were seeing from Troy Athens, it made it really easy for me to pick them to be a favorite to win the whole thing.
Especially the way they played Berkeley in that first round. I thought that was just a huge statement win for them in the district semifinals just a week ago around this time.
This is all played in, and that's one back by John Paul Hanna. All played up towards Obeda. Now it's popped up in the air.
And you can see that the tight defense, or at least if you're on the NFHS network, the tight defense from Troy Athens has been the emphasis.
As Griffin LeBay makes the edge, goes down by the end line. It looks like it went out, and it in fact did. And a little shove there at the end. Not much doing there as James and Cross will come over and talk to both players.
Yeah, you're seeing that the Troy Athens Redhawks, they're having a little more emphasis on the defensive side, not allowing any goals to come through, especially now that they've built a 2-goal lead here with less than 15 minutes to go.
You know, and you look at this too now is at this point, whether you lose by 2 or lose by 4 doesn't matter. You got to start finding a way to create an offense here if you're Utica Ford and the Falcons. They got to get numbers forward. They got to start pressing this back line of the Redhawks. Now Drew Graves here on this right side now puts this one into the box towards Obeda. Ball makes its way to Barry, and that one is a one-time shot up and over. Shout out to a friend of mine out in Nashville right now, maybe watching this game in Nashville, Tennessee, out by the bonfire. You know, you can't not get excited about watching or listening to a game by the bonfire, by the campfire, so to speak. Shout out to wherever you may be watching here tonight. We appreciate it. Whether you're watching on the NFHS network or our audio-only stream, John Turner or Garrett Pogg here on the call tonight, live from Troy High School in this Region 4 championship match. Winner of this game will receive hardware tonight. And we'll fight for a chance to play in a state semifinal here on Wednesdays. It looks as though the referee stops the clock. It looks like Dario Cadu got struck in the head.
Off a deflection, took a ball straight to the face. Something, looks like his nose is bothering him. He's going to step off the field. Just get a look from his coaches here for a quick second.
So 13:42 to go.
Checking in for Troy Athens, number 10, Nick Lugerai.
Now Lugerai will come in for the Red Hawks. We're back under play here. Now look at this, as this ball will find its way out. Got to give a shout out to my son here tonight, turning 13 here on Sunday.
A teenager.
I know, right?
Those are the best, when he just became a teenager.
Yeah, well, maybe for him. My hair gets grayer and grayer by the moment. There's going to be a hard tackle, and now we're going to see Dylan Corkus getting a yellow card. Dylan Corkus playing for the Falcons.
I mean, the amount of, I don't know the word for it, but he was able to just run off the field and not say a word to the referee. He obviously is learning from his teammate's mistake on Tuesday night. He doesn't, obviously no one likes receiving a yellow, but he was able to keep his mouth shut. He just jogged off the field, didn't make any comments, didn't say anything to the other players. I mean, that's just a really mature move by him.
Ball played into the box. A little deflection as Turkanovic makes the save. Gambone comes over, and he'll play this one up towards midfield. Oh, as Rossi is hit hard there at the end by Spencer Cross.
A little over 10 minutes left. You're seeing the physicality start to pick up a little bit. Jason Cross, our head referee, is going to start to call. You're going to hear the whistle a little more often.
It's this ball played into Daniel Cadu. Now Delicat will back heel into Lugerai. Actually, we'll hit off the center referee, and we'll bring this one back. One rule I keep talking about how I do not like. It used to be if the referee just kept playing. Now it's...
I was going to ask, I didn't want to sound ignorant, but I was like, you know, when did that rule originate? You don't see that too often in other sports.
Nope. But as the referee, it becomes a dead ball. And it starts with a dropped ball. And one back, and Gambone now will... Good turn from him, is in chase there was Jason Bona. And being up 3-1 in this game allows Todd Hugh a couple different looks. It allows him to get more players in, to get more experience, right? The more depth that you can get into a game like this really helps you in next week in the semifinal. And obviously, if you go on to play in a state final, that depth really helps. We talked about their depth and how when you bring in, it's another hard tackle. It looks as though, I don't know if that's Cadu, but number 22 and Jace Milne for the Falcons getting a yellow card.
I just don't agree with that call. I think, yes, they were both going for the ball, but it looked like their knees collided. They both went down on the ground. One got up easier than the other. I think now you're going to see Kadu kind of helped off the field by his teammate. I just think their knees collided. I don't think there was a need for a yellow card in that situation.
We might have a replay of it here. We'll take a look. Here it is. He came up underneath his leg. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but I also understand why you might not agree with it. So this one played in and long. Neto.
I mean, that's why he gets paid the big bucks to make those calls, huh?
Well, big bucks. It's the Bucks. High school soccer match.
We're big fans of the referees.
We get closer to the 10 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, and this is what Utica 4 needs. Just try to maintain some possession, get some passes down the field. That's not what you want. He just cleared it and gave it right back to the other team.
So Adam Etheridge now will take his time. We officially have crossed over the 10 minutes remaining. .730 here in Michigan. Beautiful night for soccer. Good work by Feinstock. Fighting hard, he'll lose the ball, and he'll win back by the Falcons. Now Spencer Krause. Find John Paul Hanna. This one played up top. Really trying to go direct as Nathan Berry tried to win that ball back. They're not going to win this going direct here tonight. They're going to have to find a way to get some possession and move that ball through the back line.
Yeah, they've played pretty well defensively, you know, in those one-on-one situations, being able to get the ball back, but they've not been able to turn that into long stretches of going down the field.
Spona tried to keep that one on and let him going off for a goal kick.
And that's another example. They're allowing, or Utica's able to just make them fight for it the entire way through.
I'll put back into play in this one. One back by the Red Hawks. Gambone will clear this one up over midfield. Seeing some kickball here, some sloppy play from both teams. It's Hanna. Finds Krause. Played inside.
You gotta love the fancy moves when you're down by 2 goals.
Now Gambone will collect the ball on the far side right in front of his bench. Good touch out to Fofana. Cork has tried to win the ball, and that one cleared away.
Entering the game for Ford, number 22, Jason Milne.
Third goal scored for Athens was number 9, Miguel Ramirez.
Off of a great through ball, and he was able to just put it in the back of the net about 15 yards out. Sorry, 25 yards out.
Ball switched by Hanna to Gambone. We've got plenty of green space. Athens totally fine just sitting back. They do not have to score more goals. As the Falcons will make their way, Korkis will find Stenai. Stenai from distance puts one up and over. But they're going to say deflection and out for a corner. That's the first corner of the night here for the Falcons.
Comes at an opportune time as well.
So the clock will come to a stop. So Hanna will take this for the Falcons. find themselves in a hole with 6:40 to play.
They allowed the last goal off a set piece. Let's see if they can do it here again.
That ball back in play. Out comes Etheridge, gets a punch on it. Ball still inside. Oh, that was an open look. That was cleared off the line. And now here comes the Red Hawks. Delicat with a strong run. And that one looks like he's offsides, as he was. So an opportunity there for the Falcons to pull one back. Was cleared off the line.
Number 4, Jason Buna, on the receiving end of that offsides. He recognized it immediately. He just kicked it right back to the goalie.
Might see some more energy now here from the Falcons. Saw some hope there with that opportunity.
And you got to credit the Red Hawks for being in front of the goal, recognizing that Adam Etheridge is going to come out to get those balls. Having the opportunity to just, or the wherewithal, the awareness to stand in front of the goal, recognizing that the goalkeeper might sometimes come out on those, as you're going to see on the replay here.
So as you see, Etheridge comes out, gets a touch. He didn't punch it, just put his hand on it. And look at Corcus, just turns. And that one was cleared off the line.
And on that replay, there were 4 players standing in front of that goal post, not allowing anything. It's just very stout defense from the Troy Athens.
Agbadetto comes down with the ball, puts it inside to Lugerai. I'll play to this near side, and that's Delicat. He'll cut inside. Scored the second goal here for the Red Hawks. That's a good win defensively by Spencer Cross.
Was not a fan of that fancy move by Delicat. Decided to give him a bit of the business on the receiving end.
Another win back. Now Dylan Corcus for the Falcons. Slots it for Drew Graves. Graves puts his back post and it hits off the field goal upright and goes out for a goal kick. 4:32 to go in this second half. As a substitution now here for the Red Hawks, as we'll see Miguel Ramirez coming in for Jason Bona.
Less than 5 minutes to go. I think it might be setting in for Utica, the result of this. But I mean, they've played hard all match long.
Little shove there from Milne. Referee calling a foul. So now we'll delay a game, and referee's going to stop the clock. Now we'll put it back in. I'll play short. I'll play it into the box, and that one will make its way out towards top of the 18. A hard tackle, but nothing doing there. And back by Baxi. Just lose your eye. Was in an offside position when he received the ball, but came back from an offside position. Again, time is not on the side of Utica Ford and the Falcons.
Yeah, that referee made him go all the way back for that one. Takes off a few more ticks. Just for him to have a throw in on the attacking end.
Good step in. Now we'll see a foul there from Ramirez. So a free kick coming up here, 35 yards from goal. 2:39 to go. Ball comes in. Etheridge can't hang on. Ball loose and then cleared away. That was Joey Mendrick that cleared the ball away.
It's going to be another corner here for Utica.
Ball comes in right towards Etheridge, and he'll come up with it.
And on the try before that, I mean, these Redhawks, they know their goalkeeper. They know he's going to come out to jump for those balls that might not necessarily be right in front of them. Credit to that defensive line for standing strong and knowing when to come in front of the goalpost to deflect those. The ones that go past him, that is.
There's a hard tackle, and free kick coming up here as Gambone was the one fouled. So a free kick for the Falcons. Under 2 minutes to go. This ball played in. Now Ramirez look to play this one inside. Now one back by the Falcons. Towards Corcus, he can't settle it down. Just popped up.
And they want to score one more goal here. Utica has not lost by more than one goal all season long. If Athens is able to hang on, they would be the first team this season to do so.
John Paul Hanna plays it inside to Barry with 1 minute to go here in this game. Ball cleared away. Now for a throw-in. The crowd here is starting to get excited.
Yeah, our monitors are shaking from how much they're shaking the stands.
Stenai. Just one shot low and cleared up by the Redhawks. John Paul Hanna puts this one into the mix. That one deflects out towards Brody Feinstock, and he'll clear this one up towards midfield. Gambone now from 50 yards from goal. He'll look to take a shot right towards Etheridge. That one goes wide. And the Athens Redhawks will make it back to a Final Four for the first time since 2020 when they defended their Division I state championship from 2019. They're the 2023 Region 4 champions with a 3-1 win here tonight over Utica Ford and the Falcons.
We asked Todd Hugh before the match started, hey, are you going to try to change anything up for this match? Or are you going to play good old Red Hawk Troy Athens soccer? And he said, no, we're not changing a thing. We're going to do what we do best. And that's exactly what they did, and that's exactly how they were able to come away with this one.
So we are going to stand by here on the NFHS network with post-game coverage of the trophy celebration. We will end our broadcast on our YouTube-only channel. The final score, 3-1 here from Troy High School. Troy Athens will move on to play in the semifinal against the winner of the Northville University Detroit Jesuit game taking place right now. That'll do it from us here at Troy High School on YouTube.